Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife review for you. Today, we have the Protech PDW Invictus Automatic. This is a design collaboration with Prometheus Design Werx, hence the PDW in the name. It's the Werx is spelled W-E-R-X, which makes me want to say Prometheus Design Vax. I don't know why, just because I'm a child, I guess. But I really do like the look of this knife. It is based on the Mill LE model that they used to market more through Prometheus Design Werx. Now Protech is kind of taking it more under their own banner. Now it is just a Protech model. The Mill LE is gone. The Mill LE, as you would expect, is what the knife is designed for, military and law enforcement use. It is definitely a pretty tactically oriented knife, but not overtly so, which we will get into more as this review goes on. Typical Protech construction, which means very good 154 cm steel, aluminum handles, and resale price of about 280 bucks. They all come with this red button and the safety on them. Usual Protech action, usual lovely Protech deep carry clip. A bit more jimping and stuff than you see on a lot of Protech models. But other than that, it's unmistakably a Protech. Other than that, blade shape is pretty uniquely PDW. But yeah, let's do some specs and some size comparisons before we get too much farther in here. You have an overall length of just over 8 inches, blade length of 3.5 inches, blade thickness fairly thin at 0.12 inches, handle thickness pretty much right around your standard 0.49 inches, and a weight, according to my scales, of 3.88 ounces. Now, some size comparisons. First up, we're going to change things up today. We'll bring out the Benchmains first. We have the full-size Griptilian and the full-size Bug Out. So you can see it's pretty much right in that sort of, general mid-size EDC size. Bring out your usual Spyderco sandwich. Here's your paramilitary 2 and the Para 3 lightweight. Again, just a hair longer, maybe about the same as the PM2. Maybe a hair longer, but I don't really think so. And now we'll do some other autos. First up, we'll just put up one that is going to be in a battle to the death. Definitely, this is the Microtech LUDT. You can see it's just a little bit larger than the LUDT, which is camouflaged in this purple background. I apologize for that. Not really, though, because I like the color. And now some other Protechs. Some of its brethren. We have a Newport here. And an SBR. Whole lot of snapping going on right now. And we'll just bring in the other one too. When we have a Magic Whiskers. I can't remember which model of the Magic this is, but this one is not mine. This is a loaner, but I already ordered one just like it. So yeah, I have a bit of a Protech problem at the moment. It's a good problem to have, I guess. They're pretty nice knives. But you can see it is larger than most of your average Protechs. It's not as large as some of the TR models, but I don't happen to have any of those here right now. Now, let's talk about this knife. The most, I guess, uniquely PDW thing about this is that blade. It's almost identical to what you saw on the Mill LE, and I really like it. I've been using the heck out of this the last couple weeks, and, it's not bad. About 20 thousandths behind the edge. It's not ridiculously overly crazy thin behind the edge, but pretty good. And the blade stock's pretty thin, 0.12. That's not bad at all. It is a kind of a saber grind or a spear point grind, I guess you'd call it. But it's not the best slicer on the planet because of, there's that fairly low spear point grind. But it's not bad at all because it is fairly thin behind the edge and thin blade stock. And what it does get you is still, for having blade stock this thin, it's got a mother of a tip on it. This is definitely a very robust tip. Very good for piercing and things like that. I really like the overall size of this blade, especially, when you take into account that military law enforcement role. I think this is pretty darn slicey for a tactical knife, and I really do like that about it. But you still retain a pretty good tip, pretty solid. Wouldn't worry about damaging it all. Not bad at all. Ergos, pretty good. I like the overall shape of this handle. As I say in a lot of Protechs, I think the pocket clip's a bit much. I don't think it needs to be that long. And on this one, it does cause just a little bit of a hot spot. If you're gripped back here, I can feel that ramp just a little bit. I wouldn't mind if that pocket clip was a little bit shorter. It would sit more in the pocket of my palm there. I think that would be nice. But you can choke up, and when you choke up, you don't feel it at all. I do like that it has a usable forward finger choil. It's a very, very comfortable knife and very useful with that forward finger choil and, more minor EDC tasks. So despite it being, a fairly overtly tactical knife, that still works just fine. All right, as far as the carry goes, it's pretty excellent. I mean, the weight's not mind-screamingly awesome, 3.88 ounces. It's not heavy, but it's not what you call lightweight either. But, that pocket clip with the nice recessed screws and everything completely disappears in your pocket. It is very slender, super easy to get your hand past, all that stuff. It carries very, very well. I really have no real complaints of how it carries. The long clip, again, do I want to complain about it here too? No. I mean, it's fine when you're actually carrying it, but I wouldn't mind it if it was like that short. All right, as far as the action goes, that's really the only flaw I have with this one. Like you saw, I have plenty of other Protechs, and this is just as snappy as all the other ones, if not more so. It definitely bangs. Very smooth on the close. When you have to push it close and feel it, it's not bad. It's easy to one-hand close. A lot of people do ask me about that. It is still very easy to one-hand close. The button's in a good spot to reach, and you can just push it like that. It's completely easy to one-hand close. The only issue, and it has a safety lock on it. I don't like those that much. I don't think they're really super necessary, but this one doesn't get in the way or bother anything. It doesn't rattle or anything like that. Nothing about this rattles. You do get a little rattle sometimes on autos. This has no rattle whatsoever. But the only quality issue I have in this knife at all, and it is getting better, I will say. I've only had this for a couple weeks, and it is definitely getting better. But out of the box, this button I wouldn't call it sticky. It's just a bit creaky. See if you can hear it. And that's if I push it really, really slow. Usually, bang. But how I'm normally actually pushing it, you don't hardly hear it. And it's getting better and better and better the more I use it. I'm sure it's going to go away. I did take this down and take it apart just to see if I could do something about that. It turns out I couldn't. But I will say this is not hard to take apart, not hard to put back together for an auto. It does run on a pretty unique sized Allen key, but I happen to have it, so that wasn't a big deal. But yeah, it was pretty easy to take apart. Everything's very well made. Everything goes right back together. The tolerances are excellent, as you expect in a Protech. And yeah, overall, I really, really like this a lot more than I expected to. I knew I was going to like it quite a bit because I just like Protechs, but I thought this would be a bit tactical for me. But it's perfect for those kind of uses, but in actual EDC sort of situations, it works really, really well. And I think it looks great. I like the red button. I like the overall kind of simple but purposeful look of it. No real complaints there. You do get that new awesome, let me see if I got one here. You get the new awesome Protech packaging. Is this, wow, it's even the right one. A little slider box. Protech went from having some of the crappiest packaging for high-end knives to some of the nicest now. These are the really nice pouches they come with. And as you can see, this is a 2020 model, so it doesn't have the 20th anniversary stuff like some of the ones from last year did. But I really love the packaging, and I just like supporting Protech. USA-made company, great warranty, great people. They're really active on, Instagram and all the other social media platforms. And I really do enjoy this, and I do enjoy saying Prometheus design facts. I don't know why, but it just makes me giggle. If there's one complaint I have for the price, it's the 154 CM. But I complain about that on a lot of Protechs, but they do a really good job with it, and they've explained that switching to CPM 154, the powdered variant, really wouldn't make that big of a difference in actual usage. So that's why they stick with the 154 CM. And I respect that opinion. They know more than I do. But some of the models, like for example, the Newport, is S35VN. I would like to see that. But you do still see a whole lot of 154 in autos. And I know someone told me the reason for that before, but I don't remember. Something about, the way it snaps into place or something. 154 variants hold up well to that, something like that. But that's a minor little quibble because the quality is definitely there for $280. I just wouldn't mind seeing the steel just be that much nicer. And if you want to get one of these, one of the best places now, I do have to pimp my little sponsor here at the end. Southern Edge Knife Works. Go to southernedgeknifeworks.com. Use the code SDSEK at checkout, and you get 15% off and free shipping. SDSEK. And they're doing a whole lot of Protechs now, so they're becoming a really good place to go get Protechs. They're restocking them weekly. There's always a new Protechs on their recently arrived pages. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Look forward to the battle to the death with the LUDT. And until then, well, until the next video, I'll see you later.